After having a good sleep, we're back with part 2 of, well, to be fair, it feels like the biggest mod drop we've had so far. Anyway, so on this one, it's going to be the Soybean Factory. This is by Uncle Sly, 4.52 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under factories. And it's going to cost you 95 grand. And yeah, there's some different inputs that you're going to need. So you've got your pallet spawn point just there, you've got your loading in point just there, and then you've got your production chain menu just here. So you're going to be able to make soybean patties, tofu, and soy smoothies. So to going into this, you're going to need to put in some barley, some flour, soybeans, sunflower oil, and then your water. Now, obviously, different recipes are going to require different things. So for your soybean patties, and I put my teeth in, you're going to need soybeans, barley, flour, and sunflower oil. For your tofu, you're going to need soybeans and water, and then for your soy smoothie, you're going to need soybeans and water. Okay, so one for people with dietary requirements. You know, if you're not able to digest dairy, this could be one for you. So what we've got here, so we've got soybean patties in that box there. We then got, that one is the tofu, and then we've got that one there, which is your smoothie. Now, can we lift them? No, we can't. We're not getting the options. They are too heavy. So 400 kilos, 400 kilos, and 400 kilos. So if you have got the liftable pallets mod on, yeah, it's not going to work with this one. But that being said, you know, come down with a forklift truck or whatever. Yeah, crack on. Now, let's be having a look in the old prices menu to see where you can actually sell them. We've had ones before where it's just been like normal sell points. We'll take the stuff, so hopefully that should be the same. And they're going to be right down the bottom because it's in alphabetical order, isn't it? Standard, that is. Right, so there we are. So soybean patties. That's going to be sold at the restaurant. Yeah, so your normal selling shenanigans going to be on the go there. What else do we have? We had soy. There was another one, wasn't there? Soy milk, was it? Soy smoothie. Why is that not coming up on the selling menu? So the tofu there is going to be your restaurant as well. Interesting. So where? Oh, yeah, soy smoothie right at the bottom. Even though everything else is in alphabetical order, it's right at the bottom. All right, fair enough. So your restaurant, your farmer's market, and your small farmer's kiosk sell all those three, no problem. Right, next up is Chicken Coop. This is by Kimilos 0397, 13.08 megabyte on the download. And it's a little different, I must admit. So first up, we've got the one in front of us, the Chicken Coop itself. As you can imagine, you're going to find that under Chicken Coops. Now it's going to hold 1,500 chickens, 1,500. That is all right indeed. Now the one next to it, whilst it looks like a chicken coop, it's not actually a chicken coop. This is a manure production plant. Well, it says manure production point, even though it's in the shape of a chicken coop. Okay, fair enough. And on the end, we've got this here. You are going to need to go into decorations and others. So it's going to cost you 50 to buy. It says conveyor belt. So I want to see if this one is actually going to work. So obviously you got your chicken coop in there. So you can open up the doors. There's your chickens. No problem. So then down here by the silo is going to be your loading in point for your food. Now you do need to lift the grate up for you to be able to chuck your food in. No problem. Animal dialogue box is just there. So I've currently got 500 in here. And then we open up the doors like that. There's your egg pallet spawn point. So if you wanted to, facilitate bringing them down in a trailer, just open the doors, let them out, that sort of thing. So I'm going to close it up, keep my little barking buckets in there, no problem. Now, the manure factory, we'll call it a manure factory anyway. The loading in point is just here by the doors. Now, to make it a little bit easier for yourself, I would say open the doors. There is no chickens that go in, it's just a straight up manure producing facility. And we'll come down this end. Obviously, you've got your taking out point, which is going to be at the back, right by the icon. Now, it says here, we've got a little pipe, so you should be able to load potentially straight into a trailer. Then you come into your facility, obviously you need to turn it on. All you need to put in is straw. So if you've got, your wheat, your barley, your oats, sort of thing on your field going on, and you think, do you know what, I'm just going to make some manure out of that, we'll just turn it on, and then away you go. So that's now producing, so we've got 8 litres already, and just turn it on, so that should be alright. So let's see if you can actually load in from this conveyor belt? Or do we need to do anything to it? So there we are. So we've not got anything. So does that mean that it is just for decoration purposes? I know we have had some decorations where you can interact with them. Yeah, it looks like you can't. I mean, maybe you just need to be on the actual icon rather than that, and that's just for decorative purposes. So, if it is, fair enough, no problem. What about backing in? There we are. So we'll load up when you manure. Yeah, the conveyor belt as a decoration is a decoration, as you can well imagine. So just pull up under the icon and you're ready to go. So manure out straw, no problem. 1,500 chickens. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is Modern Pigsty. This is by 750 Ti Modding, 16.79 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in a construction menu. And as you can imagine, under pigs. Now we've got two different versions. We've got the yellow walled version, and then we've got the, I'd say, standard brickwork one. So obviously you go for whichever one you want. They work both the same. So you come over here, you got your food input just there. So we'll open up that door like that. There we are. Then you've got your animal dialogue box, your slurry taking out point. Now if you open up the door, inside you can have some straw. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Now, I brought a bale down and it took the bale fine, so no problem there. Obviously, the doorway is quite low, so you may want to potentially use a low trailer. There's me little bacon sandwiches there. Ah, fair enough. Now, obviously, if you are putting straw in and you want to get manure out, you will need to put a manure heap down, because it hasn't got one built in, but yeah, that's alright, that is. And next up is Big Cow Barn. This is by Radjot G-Play, 17.47 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under cows. And it's going to cost you 82 grand. It's going to hold 72 cows, and I've placed it around the wrong way. So over here, you've got your slurry taken out point. These doors all open up, so you have got drive-through options on the go, no problem. So we'll come down this end, and we've got our animal dialogue box just there. We've got our milk taking out point just there. Then when you open up the gates, open up the doors, yeah, your little beef burger's in there, no problem. Now, to get the straw into this one, I had to use a straw blower. It didn't accept the bales. Alright, fair enough, that's not a problem. Obviously, it adds to the old immersiveness of the game. Yeah, it's an alright little cowshed, that is. Next up is Fermenting Silo. This is by Omatana, 1.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains, because that's what it is. Now you do have the option to change the colour if you wanted to. So if you've got the unlimited colour mod on, you can have it painted whatever you like. Now obviously this is a production facility, so you've got your loading in point just there, you've got your taking out point just there. And we come over to the production chain menu. Yeah, we've got quite a few different recipes. So you've got stuff being turned into silage. So you've got your chaff, you then got some more chaff with digestate as an output, that is. So you're going to put your chaff and your water in for that one. You then got your grass, and then your grass into silage with digestate. Obviously you need to add the water in with that one. You can dry your hay, so you bang your grass in and you get your hay out. And then you can turn it into silage, so you got your hay, and then if you want to add a bit of water, you get digestate as well. Straw as well, same sort of thing. So you can have straw into silage, and then straw into silage and digestate if you add the water in. And we come down to probably one of the easiest ways to make TMR. Rather than using like a mixer where you got to put in bales, get the right rations, that sort of thing. No, not anymore. So we got this one here. So you can put in your hay, your silage, and your straw. You get your TMR out, no problem. We then got a hay and silage straight up mix, no problem again. And then we've got the final one, which is hay, silage, straw, and mineral feed. Now, to be fair, I'd go with TMR too. Just hay and silage in. That's all you need to put in. And you're ready to go. Just bang it all in there. Take it out of there. Oh, TMR couldn't have been made any easier. Right, next up is Large Silo Pack. This is by Radjot G-Play. 50.09 megabyte on the download. And they're not lying. These are massive. Right, so you're going to find them under silos. So first one is this one here. 380 grand. It's going to hold 400,000 litres. We then got the second version of that. 430 grand. It's going to hold 400,000 litres, but you've got a bit of a covered area over your input and your output. We then come to this one. It's going to cost you 50 grand. Also got 400,000 litres, even though it's got less silo bins than that. It's got what, like a 1/5 of the silo bins. No, like 1/6 of the silo bins. But all right, okay, fair enough. Says it holds 400,000 litres. We then got the second version of that one. That's got the covered area over your input and your output. And we've then got this one here, which is going to be found under silo extensions. So obviously, you've got your originals and you can have a little bit extra. An extra 150,000 litre capacity on that one. All right, fair enough. Not quite sure why the little one holds the same as the big one, even though that's 6 rows deep. Is it 2 foot? Yeah, 6 rows deep, and that's only 1 row. But all right, fair enough. I mean, use that one if you're short on space, definitely. But all right, no problem. And next up is concrete wood support. This is by Ice and Burn, 0.59 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in a construction menu and under tools. Now, it comes as one. But obviously, I put them down because, if you're going to lay a log down there, it's not really going to keep it that neat. So you are going to sort of need 2. So just on their own, they are singular. So I would say put 2 down. Lay your logs down, keep them all neat and tidy between the upright posts. Yeah, just keep your farm nice and tidy. Right, next up is Sawmill. This is by Jamo, 6.08 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it in a construction menu and under factories. Now, it's going to cost you 150 grand to buy. It's quite sizable, so you are going to need a bit of land. So first off, if we come in here, we'll open up this double door like that. Oh, hit myself in the face. Dear, oh dear. Right, so in here, you're going to have your taking out point of your wood chips. This is the pallet spawn point for the prefab walls. Then we'll come out of there. I mean, you've got a little side door if you want to walk in rather than open up the big doors. Entirely up to you. Then we'll come in this little out bit here. This is where you're going to be bringing your wood in, and you've got your sell wood icon just there. Then we'll come down this end, all past these windows. Yeah, you could probably tell what's inside. Let's face it. I mean, the window's made of glass, you can see what's going on. So open up these doors like that. There we are. Then you've got your rest of your pallet spawn points. So your planks long, your wood beam, and your planks, they're all going to spawn in here. And then we'll spin it around to the right hand side. You've got your production chain menu just there. So there you are. Wood goes in. Obviously, those 4 things come out. Fair enough. Now, I will say you're going to need a bit of space because it is on the large side. But, no problem. Get your wood constructions on the go. Right, next up is Forest Machete. This is by Gorenc FS, 0.27 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under chainsaws. Because, obviously, you're going to be using it to chop down some trees. So, it's going to cost you 50. There is no options. And then, obviously, it's going to get put in your pocket. So, once you've got it, obviously, it comes, normal machete. You turn it around like that and you come up to your tree. Now, when I first tried it, I thought, it sounds good, but it's got the usual smooth motion of a chainsaw. I would have preferred it if it was like a chopping action, but alright, it is what it is. So we'll start cutting. I mean, so you hear it whacking, you hear it chopping at the tree. The smooth motion just takes away from the whole machetiness of it all. But, alright, it's another way of chopping trees down anyway. Right, next up is Mobile Barrier. This is by HR Force and Fliegl 0.47 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under miscellaneous. So, obviously, if you need to barrier off an area, get some of these on the go. So, you got your black and yellow version, if you want to call it that, color scheme. You can then change it up for a red and white. They're both going to cost you 1,500 each, sorry, and you can move them with a piece of machinery. You can't lift them yourself, so whether it's like a forklift truck, front loader, that sort of thing, move them around like that, place it in place, no problem. Right, next up is the BigBags Cattle Pack. This is by FSG Modding, 1.62 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under BigBags. Now, first off, we've got mineral feed. To be fair, not the sort of thing I normally do. I don't think it's really worth the effort, to be fair. So this is going to cost you 1,020 to buy, and it comes in a 500 litre bag, and you get the option to have 8 bags all at once. Now, if you're thinking 500 litre bag, it's not really big enough. Well, they've got a 1,000 litre bag. It's going to cost you 2,040 to buy. Again, you can buy it in multiples up to 8. But the thing about this pack is, we'll ignore the mineral feed. We've got the TMR ration. Yeah, you can buy bags of it. So you've got a 600 litre bag. It's going to cost you 1,120 to buy. Again, up to multiples of 8. Or you could go for the, say, bigger one, 1,200 litres on that one. Yeah, buy it in packs of 8. You don't have to mess around then. You don't have to mix it yourself. Just chuck it straight in your cows. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is Silage Additive Drum. This is by Ershaber, 0.41 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under consumables. Now, it's got one option. 100 litres, and it's going to cost you 300, and it's not really scented in the shop can properly, but all right, fair enough. Now again, silage additive, bit like mineral feed, yeah, you could probably do without it, but if you want to go full ball realistic, yeah, you can use this to fill up. Right, next up is Fillable Pallet. This is by Tarksy 007, 0.16 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under pallet. So if you think, do you know what, right, I just want to store some of my loose crop on some racking, that sort of thing, well, this is the thing for you. It's got 2,000 litre capacity. It's only going to cost you 50, and it's going to take pretty much every loose thing in the game, whether it's wheat, peas, TMR, whatever you got loose, yeah, it's going to go into this. Right, next up is the Tanker Trailer Pack. This is by owner Emery, 10.85 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under trailers. Now, this is interesting because this basically takes all the base game trailerage, whether it's ones in your animal section or ones under slurry tanks, and basically allows you to transport any liquid. I mean, all the options are basically the same. You change the main colours and the rim colour, no problem. So if you've got the unlimited colour mod on, you're golden. So we've got the Abbey 550. You can do it all. Diesel, digestate, slurry, water, milks, fertilizers, and the oils. The canola, sunflower, and olive oil, and also grapes. Plus, if you need the use of methane, it's going to take methane as well. So you've got the 550, the 1600. You then get the MKS 8 and 32s. You then get the Zunhammer ULT 18 and 24s. And then the Gorenc TSA 30,000. So if you ever wanted to transport 30,000 litres of sunflower oil in one go, you now can, without having to mess around with pallets. Oh, that's awesome. Well, next up is the Sugarbeet Cutter Pack. This is by Coretto Farms, 0.78 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under beet loading. Now, what this has done, like the previous mod, is take the base game stuff and tweak it a little. So we've got the usual auger wagons. That's what it's used, not just auger wagons. I mean, we got that one there. All right, that was a sugarcane harvester trailer. And we've also got the conveyor screw feeder, auger feeder, whatever. Call it whatever you like. And they've changed it a little. Now, they're only going to take sugar beet. But what they do is when they unload, they chop up for you. So whichever one you go for, obviously it's all base game stuff. So not a lot's going to be changing on that. You might get the option to change your colours, but the capacity is going to be the same. But as soon as it unloads, now I've gone for this one. As soon as it unloads, it's going to chop the sugar beet up for you. So you put your pipe out like that. And we'll pull over to a trailer. So once it's in position, there we are. It's going to start unloading, chopping it up into cut sugar beet, or sugar beet cut, however you want to call it. I mean, it's doing it pretty fast. So if we put the pipe back in, there we are, we'll stop it up like that, and then detach. So we don't sugar beet on there, and then we'll hook up to the trailer, and it should all be chopped up, ready for us to go. There we are, sugar beet cut. All I did was move a trailer into position. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is the Krone Baler Pack. This is by Microbe GT, 17.18 megabyte on the download. As you can imagine, you're going to find them under balers. So first off, we've got the Big Pack 1290 HDP VC. Man, that's a long name, I must admit. Now, this is going to require 240 horsepower, 245 horsepower, sorry, from your tractor. And it's going to do 180 to 240 centimetre square bales. It's going to cost you 208 grand to buy if you go for the standard version, which is that. There we are. So you got configurations, you got standard, you got bale collect, so it puts that on the back. So obviously as you're going along, it'll knock one bale out to the right, one bale out to the left, one bale in the middle, and then drop all three together. And you can have it back to standard if you wanted to. You can have the black edition. Oh, indeed. That looks all right, actually. I like that. Then we come down and you got your extinguisher. So you have yes or no. So where's it putting the extinguisher? Is it there? Ah, there it is, just above the wheel, just there. You then got your square bale twines. You can have it empty, or you can have it with your standard twine, or empty. So if you don't fancy filling it up straight off, just have it ready filled. I mean, you are going to have to fill it up at some point once you've used it all, but okay, no problem. You then got silage additive tank, yes or no. That's going to be putting it on the top at the back. And if you're thinking, well, do you know what? I don't want to do square bales. I want to do round bales. Well, they've got you covered with that as well. We've got the Varipack V190XC 100 horsepower requirement from your tractor. And it's going to do your 125 to 180 centimetre round bales. So you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Raderstein, and then Trelleborg on your tyres. You have got some wide options on the go there. Again, black edition. Oh, indeed. And again, you got your fire extinguisher, yes or no. You got a beacon light on this one, yes or no. And then obviously you can have your standard, standard net, film binding, or empty. And if you bought it with nothing, with no optional extras, it's going to cost you 69, nice, and a £5,000 to buy. I like them black editions for the win. And next up is hydraulic bale fork. This is by BM Modding, 1.13 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under front loader tools. Now this is something ace, because it's being a hydraulic bale fork, those top spikes will move up and down, so you could potentially do 4 square bales all at once. I mean, you could do some round bales as well. Obviously 4 square bales is the top mark for it, which is ace. 1,200 to buy. Obviously it is going to fit to a front loader. You do have the option to change the colour, so if you've got the unlimited colour mod on, that's going to change these spikes for you, but that's ace. Right, next up is the Rabe FB160. This is by Landry and Max, 9.64 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under front loader tools. Now it's going to cost you 1,200 to buy if you go for the standard version. There you are, so the 3 spikes. And you can go for the extra one, extra finger. It's going to add 100, so it puts up to 1,300, or the standard, so entirely up to you. That being said, yeah, it's all right little bale grab, that is. And next up is the Fliegl Silage roller. This is by owner Emery, 2.05 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under silo compaction. Now, 7.5 gram price tag. It's got a 2.8 meter working with a 3 mile an hour working speed. And that being said, 2.8, that's not bad. If you're in a bunker silo, right, you're not going to have a massive amount of space for, turning, messing around, that sort of thing. So 2.8, that should be all right. It's got 2.5 ton weight to it, so you should get some decent compaction on the go with this. And next up is the Rabe EG39. This is by Justin Slid, 3.38 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under cultivators. Now it starts off with a 2.2 meter working width with a 90 horsepower requirement from your tractor and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 12 grand. You can then change it up to a 2.5. Although saying that, 30 centimeters. It's not a lot in it, mind you, but okay, fair enough. You then got on tines, double heart shaped or wing share, or do your double heart shape, double heart share. That's it. We're on to it now. So you got your main color. Obviously, you've got the unlimited color mod on. You do whatever you like. If you've got your design color, we'll go over purple. Does the extended bits. And then design color again is going to do the back roller. Yeah, all right, something little for your small farming shenanigans. Right, next up is the Gorenc Soiler 300. This is by Wolfex Modding, 8.36 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under disc harrows. Now, it requires 130 horsepower from your tractor, 3 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed for 9 grand. That's not bad at all. You do have the option of equipment, so you can have it as an APV or standard. Now, if you have it as the APV, it's got 300 litre capacity for seeds. It's going to do your usual, your oilseed radish, your grass, and your canola. You then got your warning signs. Spin it around like that. There we are. So you've got standard, warning signs, or back to standard. So again, 3 metre, you're going to be doing small farming shenanigans, but that sort of looks all right. And next up is the APV Grassland Combi Pack. This is by DD Mod Passion, 9.92 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them in 3 different places, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So first up, we got this 200 litre capacity. Obviously, that's going to be for your seedage. 90 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 3 metre working width, 7 mile an hour working speed, 13.5 grand to buy. You do have the option of rear lights. So design 1 or 2. Spin it around, that's better. So design 1, 2, 3, or back to 1. APV control box. Yes or no, so puts that bit on the front, so give a little bit more control to the old seederage, fair enough. Position APV control box in the cabin, Deutz 78, Massey Ferguson 6S, 7S, voucher, so it's basically going to put a control box into your tractor if you're using one of those. Work area is going to be roller and fertilizer spreader. Alright, where's the fertilizer spreader? Roller and seeder, or back to roller. Okay, fair enough. Now this is where it comes into a strange thing. So we've got the work area, roller, fertilizer spreader, and then seeder. But we've also got two others. Now, if you look at the description on the bottom, it says there, grass rollers and weeder. We then got fertilizer spreader. We then got seeder. Now, they've all got the same options. I mean, I don't know what's going on. It's like three exactly the same things. So you pick whichever one you want. It should all work the same way. But that being said, it does look good. Right, next up is the Sky X50 Econov. This is by Nico Picks, 9.8 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under fertilizer spreaders. Now, it's got 2,400 litre capacity, 12 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to cost you 21.5 grand to buy if you don't have the optional extra turned on, although the optional extra is the standard version, so it's 21,800. Right, fair enough. You then got the option of configuration, so 2,400, 3,200 litre capacity, 4,000 litre capacity, or 2,400. You then got protection kit, yes or no. So just puts those plates on the back there. You then got your support system, simple support, which is just on the ground. All right, fair enough. Support with casters or simple supports. You can have a little dolly on the bottom, or you can just rest on the ground, entirely up to you. You then got cover, yes or no. You then got working width, so well, it's saying 24 to 36, 32 to 44, 40 to 50. Wow, 40 to 50 meters. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's great, but 4,000 litres, that's going to burn through that really quick. But all right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Fliegl ZPW 180. This is by Hydraulic, 4.35 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Bale trailers. Now, obviously, this is going to be something for you to move your bales around. It's going to cost you 4,200 to buy. You do have the wheel brands, Trelleborg, BKT, Continental, or Trelleborg. Yeah, I've got a couple of different options. You've got some wides on the go, got some narrows if you wanted to. You got fender configuration, so without or with the fenders. You then got warning triangle configuration, so standard without, or you can have one on the back. You then got spoiler configuration, so without or with. I said spoiler, it's a bumper, but all right, fair enough. Then you got attachers, you got a trailer hitch or nothing. Chassis color is obviously going to be your chassis, and then rim color obviously is going to be rims. Now, obviously, you do need to have the unlimited color mod on, because if you went for that, you could have whatever color you like. All right, fair enough. So if you are going to need to move some bales around, get one of these on the go. Although I will say, swivel axle on the front, yeah, just drive it forward. It's so much easier. And next up is two-wheel trailer. This is by Puzzcap, 11.81 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under trailers. Now, first up, you've got the animal version. So you got your wheel setup. So you got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then back to number 1. So it's a tired tread pattern, although to be fair, they look a little bold. I mean, you might not pass your MOT with those, but all right, fair enough. Main colour is going to be anything you like if you've got the unlimited colour mod on. That's great. Rim colour is obviously going to be the same, so we'll go with that. Why not? So that's going to cost you 1,500. Now that's going to do, on the animal side, 1 cow, 4 pigs, and 2 sheep. If you didn't fancy doing the animal one, you have got a, I'm going to say, pallet version. It's not an auto load pallet. I have tried it. It is just one. I'd say it's more of a flatbed trailer. Let's face it. It's the same options as before, but it's only going to cost you £1,000. And if you didn't fancy that and you wanted one that is just a straight up, dump your stuff, loose crop trailer, you got this one here. The two-wheel trailer, 1.6 that, 1.6 thousand, 1,600 litre capacity. That's better. Same options as before. It's only going to cost you £1,000. But yeah, if you've got little small farming shenanigans on the go, yeah, these will do you nicely. Well, next up is Lizard Self-Made Trailer. This is by Kowakulski, 3.28 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, it's going to cost you £2,500 to buy, and the first option is car hitch, tractor hitch, or car hitch. So obviously, depending on, was it toe ball, toe pin hitch, that sort of thing? Yeah, that might cause you a few problems. You then got your main colour, which is, again, is going to be whatever you like. I think everyone should have the unlimited colour mod on. It just makes things so much more colourful. We'll call it that. Design colour is going to be the bed of the actual trailer, and then your rim colour is going to be your rims. Yeah, fair enough. Little trailer to transport stuff on. Very nice. Well, next up is the Fliegl TMK273. This is by G Master, 11.1 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on your trailers. Now, it's going to do 40,000 litres in the back of this of all your loose croppage. It's going to cost you 45 grand to start with. You've got the option of wheel brands, Michelin, Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Michelin. They've got a couple of different versions, the standard and standard 2. Got some chunky wide tyres on there. Wide 2 again. Now, wide, go for the wide ones. They look awesome. Then got without reflector. I imagine it's going to be on the side. There we are. Or with reflector. Then got your main colour. And as we said before, have the unlimited colour mod on. It's great. I mean, look at the state of that. Pastel pink trailer. Ah, why not? Well, next up is the Hawe ULW Pack. This is by Hans. 38.13 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them under auger wagons. Now, they look standard. Awesome. I love a trailer with tracks on. That just looks brilliant. So, this is the ULW 3500 TA, 34,000 litre capacity, 250 horsepower requirement for your tractor. And it's going to start off at 95 grand. But you do pay 14 grand extra for the tracks. Alright, so if you went for your Trelleborg, it's going to be 95 grand. You can also have Michelin's, BKT's, Vredestein. No, go for the tracks. They just look awesome. You do have the option of cover on the auger, so you can have yes or no. Puts that on the pipe part. Then you've got generations. You've got old with the red and green, new generation, black edition. Oh, that looks ace. I do like that. Oh, back to the old. No, go for the black edition. That looks awesome. Weight display, yes or no. So it puts it on the side just there, so you can see how much you've got loaded up. Fenders, yes or no. So it puts those on there like that. And then you've got your rim colour, which you would need to have some rims on, actually. There we are. That's better. Obviously, you've got the unlimited colour mod on. Job's a good one. That looks ace. Black edition with pastel pink wheels. Oh, why not? Now, if you're thinking 34,000 litre capacity is a little small for me, well, they've got two other versions. So we've got this one, the 3500 TR, 38,000 litre capacity with a 270 horsepower requirement. Same options as before. Or you go for the bigger one, the 43,000 litre capacity with 350 horsepower requirement from your tractor. Go for the tracks. They look brilliant. Oh, very nice. Well, the last mod for the day is the Lizard Forestry ADH 18. This is by HR Forst and Fliegl Bale. 7.57 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under excavator tools. That's going to start off with 28.5 gram price tag. It's going to do up to 80 centimeter on the old tree trunks. You can have the option of feed rollers, design 1. So it's actually on the cut ahead feed rollers, 2 or 1. Can't really see him as it's laying on the ground, mind you, but all right, fair enough. Main colour is going to be, well, let's face it, anything you like. It's going to do that. You then got your claw colour. We'll go for, wow, there's loads on here. We'll go for that. Does the claw bits. We'll then do harvester header colour. We'll go for red. Does that bit. You then got your feed rollers. So inside there, we'll go with, we'll go for yellow. Does those bits. And then your decal colours. On the side there, we're going to go with a light blue. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Now, obviously, this is going to work best with the excavators, the Volvos. So I've gone for the EC380. So you do need to have it with the fast coupler attachment. So that one just there, so it all hooks up. And once you've got it all hooked up, like we have here, and we've got a handily placed tree, so you've got the usual shenanigans on the go, you know, with the movement of the crane. That's great. So if we turn it on, L, B, and X, so it opens it up, no problem. So we'll get close enough to the tree. We're going to lower it down as well. There we are. So we get in position like that. Now you've got the top claws are not open. So what you need to do with that is L, B, and B. And it says lower pickup. It should actually say open claws because there you are. L, B, and B, job done. So once you get into position like that, we'll get it there. That's it, sort of just about there, that'll do. You're then going to do L, B, and A, cut it. Oh, did we not grab the tree on the top one? We should have grabbed the tree. It would have held on to it. Oh, that's one on me, that is. Okay, so close the grab first before you cut it, otherwise it's just going to tip over. Because it should hold it in place. Oh, fair enough. Actually, let's see if we can, let's see if we can grab it. Oh, this is a blue Peter job if I ever seen one. Right, so let's tilt it down like that. Can we grab it? No. Yo. Oh, there we are. Now we're cooking. We bring it up. No, wrong way. Wrong way. There we are. That's better. Lift it up top. No, I'm going the wrong way. Lift it up like that. Tilt it. Whoa! Oh, damn it. There we are. Whoa, hold on. This is a bit of a seesaw. I'm not good at logging. Well, I'll be the first one to admit that. But this is basically what you should have. Once you get a grab on the top one, it holds it in place so it doesn't fall down. And you can sort of maneuver it wherever you want to go. Oh, that's ace. So here's what I mean about grabbing it and holding it in place. So I've driven all the way down from where we was doing the tree cutting down to the soy factory, and it's in place. We've come down a little bit of a ramp, and we're golden. We're golden indeed. Now, obviously, we want to now potentially cut it. So we've got it set as, what is it, set as 5 meter working width. I do think we need to lower the pickup. Is it going to cut it whilst it's in place? Let's press A and find out. Well, it does. It sort of rips it straight out of the grabs. Now it's on the roof of the cab. Alright, fair enough. Well, you can't. I'd imagine you are supposed to take it out of the top grab first. That would be a good idea. But we'll trim it down for you. And you can change the cut length as well. L, B and Y. Put it to, we've got so 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 15, 20 metre. And the whole length of the tree. And then back down to 2.5 metres. So you cut it to whatever length you like. Oh, that is ace. I do like that. Yeah, just be a bit careful with the top grab. Open it first before you chop the tree down. Now, there was 2 mods that for some reason didn't want to download for me on Xbox. So we got the Gorenc Granator Super 5 meter by Wolfx Modding. 10.88 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the cultivators. I'm not quite sure why it wasn't downloading for me. And also the extended multi-greenhouse pack by Weekend Farmer's Nightmare, 32.23 megabyte on the download. I'm not quite sure why both those aren't downloading. They sort of just went to 100, went back to 0 again. So something strange going on there, but if you've got those downloaded, great. We did have a couple of updates as well. So we've got the Fence 700 Vario Gen 6 by Alice Agua Ole, the JCB Fast Track 4000 Icon by Ross and Mods, and the Liftable Pallets and Bales by Yoss.